Oh my gosh, can't go through all the names. But thank you everyone for being here, and we really appreciate it. And we're gonna get started right now, so we have time for all your questions. And please feel free to write your questions in the chat at any time. So welcome back to the monthly Holistic Actions Q&A. Actually, this month we did two Q&As, so I guess it was semi.
That's true.
I'm Jeff Feinman, that's Christina Chambreau, and there's a lot going on here at AJ at Holistic Actions, but let's get your questions answered first, and Dr. Christina probably has some words of housekeeping.
Well, of course, I try to repeat them occasionally, but first is because sometimes there's really cool stuff in the chat. And because as a community, we share really fun things. And so when we're finished, or like me, I forget halfway through, I forget at the end to do this, you can save the chat. You do need to keep saving it though. And so if you're really good and just remember to do it once at the end, that's great. Or of course, you can copy and paste it into a document. That's the other way to do it. So that's good for all the clues. Next is we'd love to know before you start telling us what the problem with your animal is, if you're a member of Holistic Actions or not, because that'll tailor our answer a little bit. Because we have some words that members know easily and not everybody does. And the other is if you could use the react button and then push raise your hand. So you get a little hand up there. And then you can unmute yourself and then we can hear you speak. So you can either raise your hand and ask your question, or you can post in the chat your question. So, Miyoko, go ahead. Welcome.
No, I don't have a question. I was just liking your
Practicing.
hands up.
Well,
Yeah.
we
Very
just
good.
love to see you anyway. So
I love it.
yeah,
Good,
thank you, Miyoko.
good to see you. Okay, Amy, go ahead.
Oh, there we are. So we have a toy Pomeranian who just had a cystotomy about, I'd say 16 days ago. And about 7 days ago, he actually had a urethrostomy, like a new urethra built. So I guess my question is, um, I'm so tired. I've been on with on the couch with him for days. Um, he won't eat the urinary tract food.
No wonder.
He won't eat it at
Would would
all.
would you want to eat cardboard either?
I know. So I'm trying to do like a holistic diet with him. I guess I'm looking to see. I've been like trying to feed him for days. I'm hand feeding him. I'm
So
so
is there anything, people food, is there anything he loves to eat right now? A piece of chicken, piece of beef, ice cream, yogurt, milk, I don't know,
he really
vegetables.
he loves people food. And so I was
Good.
hiding his
Then then don't do anything else but people food.
okay, I was like, yes, that's what we
Yes.
usually do. And so
Good.
my last
Put him back on his regular diet for starters.
okay, because
For
my
right
last
now.
like I was putting his medicine in his chicken,
Mm-hmm.
and now he won't even eat the chicken. So I'm
Right.
okay to give him beef and stuff too. Is that okay?
So at this point, so Amy and everybody,
It was an
there
oxalate stone, by the way, I should tell you.
for Amy and for everybody else, conventional medicine treats symptoms. We look at there's an oxalate stone, so let's treat the bladder. Let's feed something that maybe won't make an oxalate, won't trigger the body to make an oxalate stone. Let's ignore everything else. Oh, he's not eating. Here's a supplement to make him eat. Oh, he's not eating, then let's do this or this. As opposed to the holistic approach, W holistic, is looking at the whole animal. And we know that all symptoms are caused by an imbalance in the energy field, the vital force, the chi. And so there are times when they're blocked that you have to do conventional medicine. Absolutely.
Okay.
Are you with us still?
So
Okay. I couldn't
so
tell.
he
So you've done that now. You've done that. Now, your next step is going to be to rebalance him so he never has urinary tract problems again. And that would
yes.
be to do that. I assume you're not a member of Holistic Actions.
No, but I
Okay.
would like to
Okay, well,
learn how
join.
to
Join today. You go to the website,
Oh, okay.
holisticactions.com,
Perfect.
and you can
Okay,
join
thank you.
there. And you may even want to check out the VIP membership, which is pretty cool. So, so we want to be working with a homeopathic veterinarian, and we have an article that'll help you find one, or a good Chinese medicine veterinarian. And you can post in the forum every day to say what's happening. Oh, he would eat beef, but is it okay if I try feeding him peas? And so you'll have an ongoing way to be checking. So now I've talked about two pieces. I've got a third piece to talk about. So conventional, when there's a problem that it's too urgent to wait. Long-term healing.
Okay.
That's the homeopath Chase method. But in the middle, which is where you are right now, is you do whatever's necessary to get him to eat.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
A month of feeding whatever is not going to create oxalate stones. A month
Okay.
of feeding anything, you want to stick with good food if you can. I mean, fresh, good food. I mean, don't go out and buy Cheetos for him.
Okay.
So, a month or so of just feeding whatever he'll eat and makes him happy
Okay, because
is
they're saying like
fine.
it'll make stones right away.
They, they, oh yeah, they're doing this to make it go away. Okay, well,
No,
have they
they're saying
removed?
like it'll if I feed him other stuff, it'll start creating stones like right away. And if they said they can't do another operation if it gets lodged again, they can't operate again. And
Well,
I really couldn't do
I am
that.
actually going to shift to Dr. Jeff at the moment and
Okay.
let him comment on this because I would just be going with feeding fresh food and immediately begin working with a homeopathic veterinarian or a Chinese medicine veterinarian.
Okay.
But I mean, have you, it's hard when they say that, when they say the oxalate. So I'm going to let you chime in a moment.
Thanks.
Yeah, after all that, there actually is a lot more that I can say, except that, yeah, how old is I?
He's 9 years old,
Nine.
and he has a heart murmur, like a level 2. So what they've done is he's on an antibiotic right now that he keeps like he will not he keeps spitting out and he's on a water pill every day, and he's on a heart medication. They said the water pill I can give as needed, so I've kind of been cutting it back to like a quarter of a water pill in the morning and a quarter of a water pill at night. I don't know, but he was so vibrant before he went in, so full of energy that I was like, well, he's I think got a lot of years left in him.
Yeah, and he should, and that's why what I was gonna say is, and then we'll wrap it up and move on. But you really need to start working, at that energetic level, like right away, because what you're doing, I mean, we can make all kinds of physiological, physical advice about the diet and about the stones and about why he needed the urethrostomy at all and why all that. But that's the purview of quantum medicine. And really what we're talking about is quantum biology, quantum medicine, and things that are beyond the purview of what we're going to talk about right now. But I put a link to the one-on-one course, which is free. Take the one-on-one course at HA, and that will get you grounded in the overall approach. Because right now, I think the thing that you really, really, really need to do is start looking at that longer term We want a 15-year-old. We want a 16-year-old. You know, I just spoke with someone
Right.
whose dog in severe heart failure be 14, and she was told 3 or 4 years ago that the dog had a couple of months, and here
So
we
the
are.
key is okay for her for a month to do stop the prescription, do the now, is it possible that maybe a stone will form and block the urethra? There is a possibility, of course, that that could happen. I mean, it's just a random thing. We can't say no, that that will never happen, but it could even on the diet that they're talking about.
Okay.
So things could happen, but your dog is going to be a lot healthier. And if put the select link in as well, if you would, Jeff. And if you are, and you can read this article about how to find and work with a holistic vet. And as soon as you become a member, post on the forum, and we
Okay.
can keep answering all these questions for you.
Okay. And how do I find the links? Are they in this? I'm not very tech savvy, so this is gonna take me. I don't want to lose you
They're,
guys. So,
they're in the chats. If you're on your phone, are you on an iPhone?
no, I think it's an Android. It's a
Oh, I
Huawei.
don't know. Yeah, it just says my phone at the bottom. It just says chat, and the links are in there.
Oh, it
If you
won't let
go,
me.
can you remember holisticactions.com?
Holisticactions.com.
That's all
Yes.
you need. Go there.
Perfect. Okay. I will
Okay.
do
And
that.
everything's there.
Awesome. Okay, you guys are awesome. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Amy.
Super.
Thanks, Amy.
Absolutely. And also, if you get stuck, you see my name, Christina Chambreau. You can go to my website. And if you'd want to have a personal, I do pet health coaching. If you become a member, you can become a client of Dr. Jeff's. So there are other options for you as well that are immediately available.
Awesome. Perfect. I'm going to sign up right now.
Super. Okay.
Thank you.
So next is Ava, and Ava is a member. Have you posted yet? Ava, you want to unmute yourself if you can? Sometimes when they post,
Hi.
they.
Yes, I'm right
Hi.
here.
Oh,
How
there
are
you
you?
are. Hi. So,
Hi.
have you posted this in the forum yet?
No, no.
Okay. And have you? How's your dog feeling in general overall
He
with the
he
vomiting and
actually
diarrhea?
he's feeling a lot better. There was one day where he stopped eating, which is very unusual for him because he's usually like ravenous about eating. So
Yep.
we brought him right to the vet and he doesn't really go to the vet at all. And that's when they tested his blood and came up with the
I got
anaplasmosis.
the best figure.
But he feels a
Hand
lot
it
better
this
now.
time, yes. Yes,
He's
the guys one.
I'm going to mute everybody. So
No,
Ava, you'll
I,
have to
I, I got
oh,
it. I
you
got it.
got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
sorry
doke.
about
Thanks. Okay, go ahead, Ava. So here's the thing, Ava.
yes.
Um, Number one, it's always good to totally trust your gut, like
Yeah.
going to the vet because of not eating. However, also sometimes think, is it okay for him not to eat one day? Maybe I should just wait another day. He's 4 years old. He's healthy. He looks good otherwise. Maybe let's just wait. So, the more you learn and the more you study with holistic actions and start taking listen to all of the webinars, we've got so much info. It's not about learning the detailed info, and this is for everyone. It's about learning a perspective of feeling comfortable with symptoms appearing and learning how to just be with them for a little bit. And sometimes you'll go, oh, nope, I need to get this checked out. And that's fine too. And then the second chunk is when you go to a veterinarian, you will often, if you have a conventional vet and that's all you have, you will often get information that doesn't make any sense
Yeah.
because we're trained only to look at the individual symptoms or the individual blood test. So I would he hasn't been showing any evidence of having Lyme disease or anaplasmosis. So, what does that test show us? That test says, yay, his body made antibodies. He got a tick bite at one point, and cool, he actually got antibodies to it. Now, is it possible he also does have Lyme or anaplasmosis? Time will tell. maybe that will need to get treated. But right now, that's not, I definitely agree. I wouldn't do the doxycycline because there doesn't seem to be any evidence for needing that at this point. Be sure you post in the forum as well. As soon as anything happens, all of you who are members here, post in the forum right away.
Okay.
That's your first step, no matter how tech savvy or not you are. Oh, that wasn't you. But for some people who aren't, post in the forum, and then you get ongoing guidance on what's happening. And hopefully more community members will listen to the posts and give their 2 bits as well. We'd really love to see that.
And
And
I just have an amendment to what you just said, and that is that if you're already a VIP member, the first thing I would do, even before the forum, is to ask Sage, ask the AI concierge. Because Sage will give you the overall approach to what we're talking about and direct you to specific resources within HA. So, and then if you're a community member, then just like Christina said, just kind of please post on the forum or schedule a call with one of us and we'll help you sort it out.
And I would also, even if you're asking Sage, it's good to post in the forum because that gives you a little different perspective sometimes. And the other piece for everybody is right now, before your dog gets diarrhea, vomiting, and doesn't want to eat for a day, and you feel you have to rush to your conventional vet, put together, and I put it in the chat, holisticactions.com/select, is you want to create a holistic healthcare team. So in addition to holistic actions, you want to have a homeopathic veterinarian or a holistic veterinarian who will work by phone or virtually, or a Chinese medicine, chiropractic, osteopathic, Western herbal medicine vet who's local that you can go to, one or the other, or both. So create those teams.
Thank you so much. That was so helpful. I just want to also say that I was away that weekend, so it was my parents that were watching him. So they got super worried and rushed him there.
Sure.
I
Okay.
wouldn't have gone there. But
Good.
then so later in the week, because he never goes to the vet ever, like really, he's never had any problems. So I just haven't even like taken the time to find a holistic vet near me. I just kind of look online and figure everything out.
No, yeah.
But
Yes.
so I did find one, and I went last week up in near Boston, and I wasn't really super aware when I was going there, but she did something called muscle testing.
Yep.
And I don't know, what's your opinion on that? I thought it was she kind of rushed through it, and I just was like, what happened? I never seen anything like that.
So go on Holistic Actions and put in muscle testing, AK, pendulum, and you can listen to we have at least 3 good webinars on that. So you can learn all about it. It definitely can be very effective. You can learn to do it yourself.
Okay.
Good. Okay. Now,
Thank you.
Carolyn, you've had your hand up patiently.
Unmute.
Uh-oh.
I know. Thank you. I'm so grateful to have you as part of my team, and I don't know why I'm getting the echo.
I don't know either.
I'm sorry.
Do you have 2 devices going, Carolyn? I mean,
You know what?
we see
do
your
not.
video. We see your video with the Golden Gate behind it. But is your phone? Are you also on your phone?
No, I'm not. Let me.
Maybe go off and come back on again and raise your hand and we'll call on you right away.
Wait.
So I just. Oh, okay. Well, I'll try it again.
All right. Yeah, just
sorry.
turn it off and come right back.
Okay, I'll try it again.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Eva has a question about Giardia. I'm just gonna Giardia. When you have Giardia show up in a stool and you don't have any symptoms, don't worry about it. It's a normal flora. It's not usually causing much of problems. The conventional vets want to get rid of it and put them on drugs for a month. So if you have a different question, go ahead and post it in the chat. Go ahead, Dr. Joe.
I would have a question for anybody that says their dog has Giardia or cat has Giardia, and that is, what do you mean? Because 90% of the Giardia diagnoses of these in-house antibody tests. They're not
Oh,
showing
really?
yeah,
Oh,
they're not showing the presence of the Giardia organism.
right.
If they sent out the poop and they got a quantitation like this, 1+ Giardia, 2+, 3, 4, then that's different. And then there are holistic ways of treating. And yeah, we do want to pay attention because, Christina, that's a zoonotic disease. It's something that we can get, that's something that other animals can get if they're passing cysts. So you need to know, if
But they
that,
have to be passing a good bit of it,
yeah,
not just
and you need to be exposing yourself to it.
exactly. So,
Carolyn
you
just
can,
Carolyn just came back.
oh, good. Go ahead, Carolyn. Let's try her again.
Well, maybe we
Well, give her a minute.
she got
I'm here. Oh, Lord. Maybe I
Carolyn,
didn't feel this morning. I don't know.
Carolyn, why don't you write it in the chat, please?
I did actually.
Oh, we'll get to you then.
Okay. I love you all. Thank you.
okay.
welcome.
Sorry,
Thanks.
Carolyn. See you Monday.
That's okay. Thank you.
Monday.
Okay, so Trace yeah, that is the next one. Trace, are you a member? If not, so the thing about you're at the same place here where number one, it'd be great to take the course that Jeff posted in the chat, the 101 course. So we're looking at the whole animal. Veterinarians are just focused on conventional on one thing at a time. And because it seems to be bothering her, and especially since she's a little sensitive to medications, I would definitely go to the link I just put in the chat, which is select, and it's an article on how to find and work with a holistic veterinarian. Google will not get you one. You have to read the article. And then you have to do a lot to get there to find one. As a member, you can post in the forum, I'm looking for a veterinarian. I've sort of gone through the select, but I need a little more help. And this is, it's interesting. In my experience, Jeff, it's respiratory problems like asthma and just general respiratory problems respond really, really well to holistic. So if you work with a homeopathic veterinarian, a good one, or a good Chinese medicine one, that should be really good. So there are multiple other approaches that can work. And there's one we haven't talked about yet. And we've been a little slow. I've been a little slow this time. We have lots of people to talk to, but I'm going to say this quickly. Simply love, pay attention, find out what makes the animal happy, focus on the animal, do that kind of thing. And that really, really makes a difference. Okay. And you can, as I scroll through, I'll come back if you post another something, Trace. Maria's from Denmark. Welcome. So one thing to know, Maria, is there is an international association of veterinary homeopaths, and some of those will work virtually. I'm not sure. We've had somebody else from Denmark, and I'm not sure who they had found. Oh, wait. Jeff, can you take over for a minute? I have to leave for just one.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you were answering there. But I'm just trying to scroll through here. Yes, I know in H8 we have a bunch of people in the Netherlands and Denmark and Sweden, and I believe I saw Bettina's here as well, and a bunch of people are here. So I'm not sure what the question was. I'm just gonna, okay, Trace. There we go. Were you answering Trace's question?
Maria's question.
Because I'm not seeing it actually yet.
Oh, okay.
So
So Maria asks, she has an Australian Shepherd that has Epulis in his mouth. He's eating and has no problems with it. And she's hesitating to operate. Operation is not all you can do, Maria. There is many things. Often Epulis doesn't cause a lot of problems. Sometimes it can, but it's a clue that things may be a little off base. So I would take the free 101 course, holisticpetcare.com, that's listed right under your post, actually. Feed a fresh food diet, avoid any chemicals like flea control, that type of thing. Focus on lots of love and attention. Make sure that you work with him so he loves having you examine his mouth. So you can keep track of what's going on with all of his gums. And when he finishes eating, just take your finger, not where the epulis is necessarily, but just rub his teeth. Sometimes that's all we need to do to help with the mouth. But feeding a fresh food diet, which is in the 101 course, can definitely help. Carolyn wants to have a gallbladder removal with thinking that low thyroid levels resulting from gallbladder sludge. How old is your dog? You might want to put that in. I would suggest, again, if you become a member, you can post in the forum. This is something that's too.
This is Carolyn that couldn't speak
Oh,
before.
that was the Carolyn that couldn't speak. Got it. Okay. So is she a member?
Yeah.
Oh, she is. Oh, okay. You're a member. So you know all that. So here's the thing. You need to be working with a homeopath and post in the forum. Really, almost right away. And I know you're feeling overwhelmed. So if you want to do a coaching appointment with me, well, first, make sure you do your 15-minute Q&A with either me or Dr. Jeff.
We've talked a couple times.
You have? Okay.
Carolyn, she's ready. We're going.
Okay, good. Is she going to be a patient of yours?
Not yet. Yeah.
Okay, well, that would be maybe the next step, Carolyn, is become an official patient. Very good. Sorry you had that problem, Carolyn. I'm sorry you're overwhelmed. So take a deep breath and treat yourself the way we suggest over and over again treating your dogs and cats, with compassion. Find what brings you happiness and joy, which often is bringing them happiness and joy. And just seeing this is just a symptom. It's just another symptom. Don't let them freak you out. That's the key for everybody. Don't let the conventional vets freak you out.
And the very best advice, Carolyn, is what we discussed a bit last time, and that is connect with Eve in San Fran. He's waiting for you to connect with him on the forum so you guys can get together and he can be there for you. He really wants to. Caroline lives, you look, I don't know if you're looking at me with that look, Christina, but
I'm looking at Catherine's. I'm sorry, I'm reading Catherine's.
Got it, yeah.
It's
yeah, why don't you move on?
Again, Catherine, wow, we're often, on these quick Q&As, we often can help people immediately with try this, try that. But you have conventional vets thinking there's a brain tumor. So he's on phosphorus low potency. So I don't know if you're working with a homeopathic veterinarian or you're doing it on your own.
Yeah, that was David Kalsa. Her big thing is orange cats with freckles or redheads.
Oh no. I love Dava. Dava and I were in the very first class given by the National Center for Homeopathy in second class in 1982 or 3 with Dr. George McLeod. And yes, there are 7,000 homeopathic medicines. So, Catherine, you really need to be working with not just that's like a little teeny piece of a clue that might go. But even if there's a brain tumor and kidney issues, homeopathy is brilliant, and so is Chinese medicine for treating cats with kidney issues. I mean, Jeff and I have had ones that have lived forever and ever, like 4 years, 10 years after getting a diagnosis. I've had cats with creatinine of 10 that went on to live another 5 to 8 years without even any fluids. This one they couldn't do fluids. So that may or may not be true for your cat right now because he's got multiple issues going on. So is your integrative remote vet Dr. Kalsa?
Yes.
And did she prescribe the phosphorus
Yes.
because he was orange, or
Yes.
she didn't take the whole case?
Well, she knows about the whole case.
Did she ask whether he prefers hot or cold? If he vomits, when does he vomit after eating? What kinds of food does he love? Anything? Did she ask questions like that?
Well, no.
Okay. I would my suggest I love Dava. I mean, like I say, I've known her for a long time. But right now, because of what you're dealing with, if he's not improving, and he's still on all these conventionals, I would maybe suggest looking a different direction. And that's true. I had people that I worked with where I couldn't make any progress. And I would send them on to another modality or to another homeopathic veterinarian because sometimes we're missing something when we're doing our very best.
Yeah.
So I would give that a go. Anything else specific we could give you here?
Oh, one thing was I watched a webinar on silverceuticals. I don't know if you guys know about that guy in Utah. He has a ton of receipts. Many of them published in on PubMed and stuff about this. It's sort of like Argentin 23, this silver nano silver. So I don't know if you know about those guys.
Well,
So,
it's a real challenge. There are hundreds of products that you can find on the internet. For any condition, there are hundreds of products. For what you should be feeding, there are dozens and dozens of different opinions. And the trick is, any one of them, they all work for some individuals, but you need the skill to know if what you're trying is palliating or deeply cure or moving you towards a cure. That's sort of the challenge of trying different things by yourself. So
right.
that's what I would say about trying that. I haven't used it. It could be very effective, but you need to know how to evaluate so you're not getting worse and worse.
So how do I find another opinion?
You go to that free article that we listed,
Yeah,
and it may not be free, but
right.
so that's will help you find another holistic vet. The other is you can join, again, you could become a Holistic Actions member and post in the forum. You could even read what people are doing with kidney problems in the forum. So you can read the forum for free.
Okay.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks.
Uh-huh. If you suspect an animal has worms of any sort, it'd be good to get the stool checked. I mean, nowadays it's more expensive than it used to be, but and the other is if you actually are seeing the worms coming out, pop them in some water or alcohol? I forget, Jeff. It's been too long. And put them in the fridge until you can take them to your vet, have them take a look at it and see what kind of a worm they are. If you know they're roundworms because you've seen a whole bunch of roundworms, then they they should be treated. Conventional worming medicines are one of the few things that are so safe these days. And especially if you have a young cat, it's important. It doesn't, I mean, I wouldn't wait until you transition them to raw. I would go ahead and treat them for it, but you have to know what you're treating for. Dr. Jeff, anything else? I see you.
Now, just what you said. I mean, number one
Okay.
thing I would do, because roundworms are good egg headers, or there's a lot of worms that, doing a stool doesn't really give you the answer about roundworms. It's easy to do. It used to be pretty cost effective. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it
right.
used to be.
Somebody just told me they paid $80 for nail trim at their vet.
So there's another one. Nobody here is asking about that, but there's never, ooh, this just really gets me going, is, you know, if you, every dog and cat can really be trained. You can get, it just takes super patience, Tellington T-touch, EFT, learning to communicate, just slowly doing it. Everybody can learn to do their own nails. You don't have to pay $90 to get nails done. I'm sure there are exceptions, but commit to it. Commit to being able to do a total physical on your animal, clean the ears, look at the mouth. What if you think your cat got maybe ate some thread? Wouldn't it be great to be able to open their mouth and look at the back of their tongue to see if there was a thread caught around it? So you have to train them. It takes time, but it's fun. You make it a fun thing to do. Okay, so back to here. Treating allergies. Allergies don't really exist. Allergy symptoms like red eyes, inflamed eyes, are a clue that the underlying energy field is out of balance. Now, you feed organic, freshly cooked meals. So that is huge. If you weren't doing that, you'd probably have worse allergies, okay? And so you might want to experiment with feeding some different types of approaches. You might want to switch to raw meat. You might want to switch to maybe you're not varying the protein enough. You might want to be adding in pureeing some cooked or raw vegetables along with it if you're not. Then the next step is really focusing, paying attention to anything that's triggering the scratching and the red eyes. And when does it happen? Is it one time of year or all year long? He's 13. Has she done this her whole life, or is it something that's really new right now? So it's the neat thing is you're already on the path. So it's use this as a clue that you need to do something extra. Any kind of energy healing can rebalance the energy field. When you're treating a minor symptom like this, you've got time to do that. You can do work on the gut. Maybe the gut doesn't have as many, bacteria as needed. Gut dysbiosis is often responsible for allergic type symptoms. There's a company, Adored Beast, that has a whole range of probiotics. Then there are a lot of other good probiotics out there as well. There's also fecal transplants that can be done. So some of that may be needed. And I do think everybody ought to have a Chinese medicine vet, osteopath, chiropractor, or virtual homeopathic vet on their teams. So that would be another one because you've got a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old. So you're doing great. Don't worry about the benign cysts. Becoming a finicky eater, Dr. Marty's freeze dried is fine, but you're already feeding fresh. So play around with feeding fresh. Maybe you're doing too much of a recipe of fresh. Feed a variety. Maybe take the freeze dried and crumble it on top of the fresh that you're using. Often that'll be enough to get them going. And take the 101 course. Really, it's just an easy thing to do. Keep a journal. Everybody should keep a journal. If you're a member, make sure you've downloaded the Healthy Cat or Healthy Dog journal and created the 3-ring binder. If you're not a member, in a month, you can go to my website and download my article on creating your own journal. Actually, we have that for members too. Now, Jeff, I've got on your name, over your name, it says 2 participants raised hand, but I don't see any hand raised up there.
Maria and Sam have their hands raised.
Okay, isn't that interesting? It doesn't show for me.
Yeah, so
It used to always show. Zoom keeps changing. Okay, so Maria's next.
Maria's next, yeah.
Go ahead, Maria.
Hi.
Hi, good to see you.
It was me from Denmark.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to oh wait. Had to turn up the light here. I just wanted to have something elaborated.
Good. Go ahead.
Because I already, well, I cook his food, but on a low temperature. But he won't eat any vegetables or fruits or anything. So he gets a lot of meat, and I give him herbs and some supplements in his food. And I try to brush his teeth, and also on the Epulis. Is that pronounced correctly?
Yeah, that's fine. You're doing great. Yeah, Epulis.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yep.
But you said also massaging.
Not so much massaging. It's just instead of brushing, if he doesn't like brushing, one of our speakers was a non-anesthetic dentist, and she said just with your finger, just brushing, scrubbing the teeth.
Yeah.
Cleans them off, and you're getting the gums as well. Then I asked my dentist, and she agreed. She said, that's all I need to do, except people, their teeth are so close, you need to floss in addition. So,
Yeah,
I learned that from them.
Floss my dog.
Well, your dog doesn't need it because their teeth are so far apart.
Yeah.
It's just people's teeth are too close together.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's a little limited on what he eats, that could be a little sign that he needs some energy work, whether you work with a holistic veterinarian. And like I say, maybe Jeff, you could put in the chat, the International Veterinary Homeopathy Association.
I can't feed him raw meat because he will get diarrhea.
So that means he's not completely healthy.
Yeah, okay.
And so it's just another clue.
Yeah.
Like, here's one clue, here's another clue. And so maybe try, are you feeding more ground up meat or big chunks of meat?
I give him chunks of meat. I also give him ground beef, but I roll them into balls and I cook them in the oven on a low temperature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I would work to get him more towards the raw.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, and the other is keep experimenting with fruits and vegetables. But dogs and cats in the wild, they don't grind their meat.
Yeah.
And they don't build a fire and cook it.
No.
They use their mouth to rip and tear, and in that process, it's cleaning the teeth. So we need to try to feed big enough hunks that they can clean their teeth with it.
I give him raw meaty bones.
Okay, good. Oh, good. And he'll eat that.
Yeah, and yeah, of course, no problem.
Oh, okay.
And he eats
Okay.
chicken feet as well.
Oh, good. You're doing fine that way. It sounds like, how old is he?
He's 5 on Monday.
Oh, that's pretty young.
It is.
I would maybe, well, 2 things. Consider becoming a Holistic Actions member, and then you can post in the forum and we can go back and forth a lot. And so you can get more information than we can do on this call. And then the second would be to try to find a homeopathic veterinarian to work with. Because when you can use energy healing, whether it's Reiki, homeopathy, quantum healing, and the Epulis goes away, then you know that the animal is much better. When the allergy symptoms go, when the red eye goes away for the other person, and you've treated it internally, then you know that you're more likely to have a healthy animal for
Yeah,
a lot longer.
I give him healing myself as well.
Good. Well, then maybe you need to do that more often,
Yeah, yeah,
but use
maybe.
the Epulis as your clue.
Yeah. Well, he have had a lot of gut issues, and it's starting to slowly heal.
Oh, good. Okay.
So I'm also waiting
Good.
patiently,
Perfect.
but I was a little bit worried because I was wondering also when should I let him operate to get them removed.
Nah,
But
I
yeah,
wouldn't worry about it. As long as he's eating the big meat bones, you're fine. Okay,
okay.
we've got to move on.
My
Sorry.
my only
Thank you
addition
so
to that
much.
is,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Maria, just keep an eye on it, make sure it's not changing before you make a decision.
Right.
That what not's changing?
That the
The
Epulis isn't getting,
Epulis isn't
just
getting
keep,
much bigger, much smaller. Yep.
well,
Okay.
hopefully it'll keep getting smaller as you do your
Yeah.
energy work.
I hope so.
Exactly.
Thank you so
Right.
much.
Right. Absolutely. Okay.
Sam
We
was
did,
next.
okay, go ahead. And then we have Nita's hand up as well.
Hi there.
Hi, Sam. Are you a
Hi.
member?
I have been in the past.
Okay, good. You're familiar with us then. Go ahead.
Yes. Last week my dog woke up completely flat affect. Basically, took her to the emergency vet. Ultrasound and blood work showed a um, potential tumor on the pancreas with the active bleed. And then they scared us and all that, told us that was the end. We said, no, we're taking her home. Um, had diarrhea all night and recovered in 2 days. Um, Followed up with my homeopathic vet. She didn't run any blood work, but she just got all the reports and was like, yeah, like, they're not going to mess up that report. Like, it probably is a tumor, you know, it is what it is. She didn't really give me any advice. So now,
Excuse me, who is your homeopathic vet?
I'm in Maine
Uh-huh.
and Dr. Harmon, Judith
Judith Herman.
Herman, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
She gave me some advice, like Hunan Bio,
Uh-huh. For
but
bleeding.
yep. But my question was like, could it be anything else? Could the anemia, like, and thrombocytopenia, could it have been something else? And she was pretty confident in the diagnosis as well, just based off of the anemia and then the quick recovery, just saying that like, oh yeah, the tumor probably just clotted off. Um, so it doesn't seem like, there's many options other than, just keep up with she's on a fresh diet and I'm boosting her immune system, but other than that, um, I don't know like how gentle I need to be with her, how like aggressive I can go on like a liver detox because I know like the liver and you know. And then I'm also wondering like should I treat it like it is malignant and just like be aggressive with it or should I go get a second opinion now that the bleeding has stopped like go get another ultrasound to see if like we can if the edges can be more clearly defined in a new ultrasound. Um,
Well, so here's the thing. Number one, there's no one right answer.
right.
And so we talk about HMDM and their holistic medical decision making. Step one is the goal. So we have two goals here. We have one, if there's a bleed, i.e., lethargic and the gums are white, that's why you need to be able to examine the mouth, everybody. Um, and the gums are getting paler and paler. And also, by doing that regularly, you'll know what color they are normally. Like some cats have normally paler gums than others. And if you didn't know that, you'd panic. Or chows have black, dark blue gums, and you'd panic if they were having trouble breathing, unless you knew that's normal for them. So you've got the Unin Bio. So you've
Mhm.
got something that you can use if there's an emergency. And I do trust what Judith has to say in terms of what's going on, that I trust her evaluation of the tests. So
Right.
the second part of holistic of HMDM is bring in all the possible things. So if you treat it if you assume it's malignant, how these are the steps you would take. If you assume it's a tumor but not malignant, here's the steps you could take. Maybe some of them are the same. And mostly it's to keep up what you're doing, adding in the happiness protocol, paying attention to things like that. You might want to become a member again of Holistic Actions because we've got a lot that I can't give you a half-hour list of things right now.
Yeah.
But the one that I would have you check into is the Bankston method, B as in boy, Engston. The book is The Energy Cure, and we've had him speak. He's now passed, and we've had another person speak on a webinar who uses that method to do healing for tumors, and it's specifically theoretically good for tumors. Homeopathy often can work for things like that. I kept a toy poodle going for 12 years with only 2 bleeds with homeopathy after she'd been told to euthanize the dog.
Right.
So the other thing is to ask Dr. Judith, hey, should we be treating with homeopathy? And if she doesn't want to, maybe you want to check out another homeopath or two.
Yeah, she couldn't think of any homeopathy off the top of her head.
Oh, well, okay, off the top of her head. So
at
and
our meeting yesterday.
okay. So you may follow up with her and she may have something. So, but you're on the right path.
Yeah. Okay. So I was thinking,
there's no specific right answer I'm going to be able to
right.
give you.
Okay. I was thinking of like boosting,
Yes,
like
yes,
building
yes,
stuff.
yes, and yes. We don't know. I can give you a list of half an hour worth of having this conversation, and
Yeah.
we can't do that. We have
I
five we have
just want to
5 minutes left on
and
the whole thing. No,
I just want to add one thing which I put in the chat, Sam, and that is the immunity turkey tail mushrooms that are research proven for hemangiosarcoma in dogs.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much.
So take a look.
so I'm just going to run through here quickly. Sorry, Nita. I think you're a member, so post on the forum. If you're a member, post on the forum. My cat had 6 teeth removed, hasn't been doing well. I would go out and I would get some arnica, homeopathic arnica, and homeopathic hypericum. Well, actually, just a sec. He's been on, oh, they're antibiotics. I would try homeopathic arnica and homeopathic hypericum. Try one for 3 or 4 days, one dose a day, and then try start with arnica, then switch to hypericum. See if that helps him, as opposed to the antibiotics. And once you've had things like this, there's an infection there. I'm sorry, I missed that. Okay, so because you don't have a homeopathic vet or a Chinese medicine vet that you're working with already, I would finish up the antibiotics, but I would go ahead and do, because he's doing better and has a little more energy, but I would add in the arnica and add in the for a few days. And if he's not tons better, then you could try the hypericum. If he's tons better, you could start tapering off the arnica, and that can go along with the antibiotics. It won't hurt that. Yeah, it's interesting. A 2-year-old with odd symptoms, and you've been through many misdiagnoses with an older dog. So that really happens a lot. And the nice thing about holistic approaches is we're treating the whole animal. So often we don't need a diagnosis. So it's very good. Definitely you want to be doing whole feeding fresh, but then you also, and no toxins, no vaccines, and be journaling the symptoms, tracking the symptoms so that and you can order, if you're a member, you can that's a free download the Healthy Dog Journal. Success in limiting tapeworms using homeopathy, yes. Usually tapeworms just go away on their own. And Miyoko, good, you posted. That's great. Yeah, it doesn't matter that they were hard. It just means that you did too much bones. So if you feed too many bones, sometimes they'll have hard poops for a while. But as long as she didn't have any trouble pushing them out, no problem at all. That will come. And the best way, Colleen, to get to the bottom of ACE's issues again is what I've said, holistic vet, really good one. So here's the thing, guys, not all holistic vets are really holistic, so you have to learn what it means to be really holistic. And Ruth, Jeff had the answers on that one. He's not aware of any trials on it. I don't know anything about it. Needs a consult, suspected hemangiosarcoma. Well, again, if were a member, Sam, we could follow through on this a little bit more. The fact, if there's a suspected hemangiosarcoma, there's a bleeding event, and then they get better again. That's just what happens with hemangios. But then on top of that, you don't want to do nothing. So your next steps would be to have a homeopath or a Chinese medicine vet working with you, and probably redo an ultrasound on that to see, unless the ultrasound was definitive. Oh, we have Bettina's. Oh, Bettina's the one who we've talked to from Denmark before as well. Maybe the two of you, boy, if you're both members, you could connect at the Holistic Action site. You know, you can private message people, or you could post your info down there for each other. No, rabies shots. So in terms of vaccines for Nui and everybody, we really don't recommend a whole lot of vaccines. You may or may not do them when they're young. You can also do natural exposure. It's best to stay current on rabies vaccine if your animals have any possibility of exposure. But usually the rabies vaccines are every 3 years, not every year. And so Ruth answered that as well. But it is possible. So you don't need to do the leukemia and the pneumonia. Those are not necessary anymore at all. The only reason, Nui, for the rabies shot is if I had a client who had an 18-year-old cat who was 2 weeks overdue for her rabies vaccine, and she had a bat in her house. Animal control came in, saw the cat bowls, and said, you have to keep your cat in a cage for the next 6 months in the window so we can come by at night and check. So she figured out a way to use a stuffed cat. But her cat was an indoor cat. If her cat had been caught outside, she probably, at that point, this was decades ago, would have been euthanized. So rabies, you have to be pretty careful about. And be careful about the outdoor cat part too. If a cat has to be outdoors, okay, but I'm shifting my thinking a little bit, and most cats can be made happy indoors. Not all, but most. So Alina, I wouldn't be worrying too much about the small liquidy part of the poop if it's occasional. You might want to, your raw fed, play around with different proteins to see if something's triggering it, maybe. Keep a journal of it, see what's happening, pay attention to the overall behavior, energy, appetite, and mood. And we're back to trace again. Oh, that you said tricysteine. We've done that. Yeah, the two crazy cat ladies have some good information as well for cats, Carolyn. No, not all worms can be seen. That was what Jeff said. Roundworms put a lot of eggs out. Tapeworms, the eggs are inside the tape segment. So the only way you'll see a tapeworm on a fecal analysis is if the segment has broken open in the old ways of looking. And Christina says she only pays $11 for a nail trim, so that's good. As long as your pug loves getting the nail trim there, you're okay, but it'd be good for you to get him loving it for you to do it. Some people just don't like to do it, and that's okay. I got it. For $11, it's not that bad. Adored Beast, would you post that, Dr. Jeff? Adored Beast is one company for probiotics. I like Mitamax. What's your favorite, Dr. Jeff? I always forget.
It depends on the individual, but yeah, I
Yeah,
usually
but a
used to
couple.
refer to the royal up at Adored Beast.
Okay.
The wolf
And
at
definitely,
Fido the Flora.
and thank you, Carolyn, for commenting on this. It's something, if somebody doesn't ask, I don't think about it, but hey, everybody, get rid of bowls. Feed flat. Bowls are particularly for cats. Don't use bowls. Feed flat. If all is well, okay. Started the Adored Beast.
And
Drainage.
I'm gonna have to run, Dr.
Okay,
Christina.
can I
So,
keep going with everybody as long as they
or
want to
yeah,
stay?
yeah, it's
Okay.
1:35, so I didn't know if you wanna
No,
have a
I'll
few
keep
minutes.
going.
Okay, so if you
Yep.
keep going, I'll bug off when I need to. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. Um, let's see. And you can use a nylon. I mean, there are tons of different ways. Pumpkin puree is something people often add. Um, oh, good point, Nui, that the vet only does one that's a flea, tick, and worm treatment. You definitely don't want to use that. There should be one Panicure. And
Yeah, and I wrote the
oh, good.
pyrantel pamaloid,
Yeah.
both the strongyl pyrantel and panicure are great for rounds, and they're both very, very safe and available without prescription.
Yep. Excellent. Teeth in the water is also good if you're having trouble with teeth but if there's dental tartar, then it's a clue that the energy field's out of balance. And so the key is use it as a clue that maybe things aren't going as well. And then temporarily, if it's there, while you're trying other things and to rebalance the energy field, definitely teeth is one of the ones. I don't have any one that works for everybody, but teeth is one of the ones that's been there for decades. And in the 101 course, we talk a little bit about vaccines. But one of the questions, people have is vaccine detox. The best detox is health. So, what are the keys to health? Feeding fresh food, lots of physical exercise, mental exercise, energetic happiness, singing to them, dancing with them. All that is the best thing you can do for post-vaccine detox. Some people may have left that posted these, but I'm going to run through them anyway until people have decided to leave. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. Rather than going through those, anybody who's left, because oh no, we still have 37 people. Okay, never mind. Okay, Sharon, go ahead, be quick. You're muted.
Okay, there you go. So you treated Sir Frederick V 5 years ago, okay? He came to me from the wild. He was in sad shape. And that I've used Reiki on him, reflexology, body work. He eats Dr. Richard's freeze-dried food, his freeze-dried liver, and that 2 years ago my daughter was taking care of him and fed him Friskies, and it flared up his pancreas. Okay. And that I had given him, I call them McDonald's treats, some treats that are, from
Sharon,
Purina.
we're over time. So can you come down to your question, please?
The question is that he had a flare up of his pancreas 2 years ago, just had a flare up again a month ago of his pancreas from stress.
So you need to be working. If it was just from stress, And if he's absolutely fine in between and you didn't have to treat it with drugs, then it's like, okay, we need to work with him not being as stressed. So you need to figure out behavior wise what you need to do with the family so the dog isn't stressed.
Kitty.
Kitty, sorry, that the cat is not stressed. And if you can't figure that out, then that means there's a vital force imbalance. See, it's always stress is both. It's external, but it's internal. Vital force not balanced, they're going to be more in that sympathetic fight or flight. Vital force balanced, and there's a ton of stress, they could get pushed off. So sometimes it's a matter of just tracking over time to see, are we getting better over time or worse over time? The fact
He
that it
got
came,
better. He got better.
I
The
know,
stress,
and then you're
the stress was he stayed outside for 5 hours. We couldn't get him back in the house
okay.
before.
So
Okay.
that's not too bad as long as he recovered quickly from it. And then stuff happens in life sometimes.
So what do I feed him? I've done the freeze dried.
What go to the are you a member, Sharon?
Not now, but I can come back.
Okay, come back and post on the forum or for free, reread the lesson 2 of the 101 course, which is about food. There's no one right answer for food.
So the vet, we had
Ignore
$1,000.
ignore your conventional vet.
Okay. The vet said keep feeding him the very same thing. Don't change his food. Okay.
No, well,
Okay.
again, that's sort of a longer conversation, whether
Okay.
because a healthy animal should be able to eat a wide variety of foods. Now, if you're working with a homeopath or Chinese medicine to make sure that he's really completely healthy, then in the meantime, sometimes you have to stick with one food as a soothing approach
Okay.
until you rebalance the energy
Okay.
field. But once they're healthy, they should be able to eat a wide variety.
Okay. So
Even in,
I'll
yeah,
rejoin. Okay. He's really for 13 years old. I mean, he's very, very
13
active.
is young. Okay, we have to move on. Sorry.
Thank you.
There are
Thank
lots of
you.
others here.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So, Christina, don't be stressed about vaccines. Your stress about vaccines can be could cause problems. So it's getting vaccines is not necessarily a problem. We don't want to get more vaccines than are necessary, but there are millions of animals that come through vaccines, one or two of them without any problems at all. So the best thing is keep a journal, look at the early warning signs of illness, track the beam, behavior, energy, appetite, mood for how they're feeling, and and then you'll know, oh, ever since we did the vaccine, he's been nipping at people's ankles. Well, then you need to be working with somebody. There's no vaccine detox official. There's 20 different suggestions, and there's no one of them that works better than the others. So building health is what's needed to do that. And then homeopathy, Chinese medicine, Western herbs, working with a practitioner, you can do that. Okay, well, that wasn't too bad. We only went 10 minutes over. So I just want to add, oh, I don't know, the suggestions. So Christina, most of the suggestions that we would do would be on the Holistic Actions site. We've got multiple speakers have talked about vaccine issues. You can post in the forum. Oh, you are a member. So post in the forum. If you're a VIP member, ask for the ask for that question of Sage. And then I would also do your 15-minute call, and that'll help support you in not worrying about the vaccines. Because really, there's just not a no point in worrying about them. Number one, because they're done. All we have is today. And yes, everybody, thank you for the reminder, Catherine. Hit those 3 buttons. I don't know about phones, but on your computer, and click on Save Chat. And then finally, just a reminder, if you live within 100 miles, Dr. Jeff is doing a book signing event in Westport. And of course, he didn't give the details there. And Carolyn, the other way to save on the computer is you can actually do Command A, Command C, open a Word document, and do Command V. Or another way to say it is Control Command, I don't know another way. You use your cursor and you cursor up the whole thing. That's what Command A does. And then you use Control and it saves it, and then you copy it and you paste it onto a Word document or into your notes if you have a Mac. All right, guys. And we've got a really fun for everybody who's here. If you're not a member, you'll get an email. I don't know if you get emails from this or not, but Lisa Tully will be speaking at 11 in the morning for our Heart and Lung Month, not this Monday, but the Monday after. And it's going to be at 11, and it's going to be open to everybody. So if you aren't getting emails from us, go to the 101 course, and they'll say you want to take the 101 course, and it'll ask for your email, and then you'll start getting emails for things like that. Okay. So bye, everybody. Gotta say bye now. So have a great, wonderful time. Hug those animals, and see you in a month.